destined team to win that.
Man.
And then they didn't because Fnatic stole it.
And only 2 of those players are left on Fnatic as well, which is crazy. You know, JW, flusha, they were the NiP hope wreckers, dream breakers, and well, they keep on doing it, except that this time it's KRIMZ to start off. He takes out Xizt. Just all-out battle in apartments to start things here as JW finds allu. Down 2 men at the start, NiP. That's not going to help, but Forest, he's getting into play here, and he's looking for that headshot, but decides to fade away and fall back, and what was that? He's still here, and he gets the hit. He gets the shot. He actually pins down Dennis. Get right with the kills at the end. But what was that, Anders?
Forest is a robot.
Forest and Get Right together.
I'm not kidding. The Forest has to be a robot. This is what I'm talking about. Can we just? I really, really do want like a replay of Forest playing this way. This is the sort of stuff you do if, like, let's say you were playing like bots, right? You're just deathmatching on your own against bots and trying to sort of perfect your aim. Maybe you could find yourself every once in a while doing this stuff because you know nobody's watching. There's no pressure at all. If the bots kill you, nobody cares, right? But I actually cannot explain it.
Having that aim, and it's just you know when it's Forest because it's just so calm, methodical. Just click, click. It's not the rapid spam that you see a lot of the time. It's a thing of beauty. But this is a little bit more ugly. You know, this is a brute force approach here from Fnatic. They just go rushing onto the B site through that smoke, and they succeed in getting the bomb plant. Now, can they actually hold against the NiP retake? 2 P90s, 2 FAMASs, there's the rifles, but then the Tech 9s are also very good in close quarters here, which is what olofmeister's trying to do, and he will find the headshot on Get Right, could get a second one as well, and it's looking nasty, but allu holds his own with the P90, gets 2 kills and brings it back.
JW running for the smoke and actually catching Forest off guard. That was a great push there coming out of JW. Now it's a 2-on-2 and jumping through. KRIMZ is going to get one with the Tech 9. He's down to 8 health as well, but still looks like he might be able to win this round. Xizt is very low. He's out of bullets as well. He's going to go down to JW, gets a double kill, and now Fnatic is shouting instead. What is going on?
Swedes showing emotion? I don't even.
I like where this is going. We need more of this.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, hold on. It even clips him through. Yeah, right through the wall there.
Just, I mean, the aim is definitely very impressive, and it is on Get Right too, but it's the calm. It's sort of like reading Counter-Strike between the lines almost. It's the fact that he doesn't panic. That's what's really upsetting to watch.
Well, what's really upsetting here for NiP, unfortunately, is that they had that fantastic start where Forest and Get Right, what we just saw happened. They were able to bring it back for NiP in the pistol. Unfortunately, they lose control in the second round, and so Fnatic are back into this, and they go for Mac 10s, triple Mac 10s, which is an interesting choice given the fact that NiP have gone for a force buy, and Fnatic could possibly expect that as well. So just making life a little bit more difficult for themselves here, Fnatic, if they get into a bit of a close fight, because the Kevlar helmet is really going to do a good job of negating those submachine guns.
Yeah, it's a slightly more greedy approach, you're right, from the terrorist side right now. And it could definitely backfire. I mean, once they have body armor, those Mac 10s are going to be slightly less effective here. A lot of fire, though, and friberg, brave indeed, crouching in the fire to try and see if he can get those shots through.
Oh, JW, he's ridiculously brave. Goes back in for a repeat, gets dropped down to 6 HP. Against a 5-7, that pistol does so much damage. And well, Fnatic, they get control of top banana, and they're even willing to take a peek into the site just to see if they can't catch somebody out here. They do a little bit of damage to Forest, but just, you know, negligible. And it is, in fact, going to be an A push here for Fnatic, going straight up short. allu just lighting him up with the deagle. He picks up one. Could get another point blank, but no, that's Xizt to pick that. And now it is actually allu doing a fantastic job slowing down the push. Unfortunately, his teammates can't quite capitalize on it. They're losing control of the situation, NiP.
Yeah, JW should have been dead as well. He's very low on health there. I think that was a bit of a mistake on Xizt's part. He should have been able to land that shot, but yeah, Get Right alone, still 2 people being killed. KRIMZ with the triple Mac 10 kill is definitely going to be very valuable, though. Looking for the quad as well on Get Right. If he can just land a single bullet, that'd pretty much do it. And yeah, I mean, Fnatic losing a bit, but still retaining the FAMAS. And there's the quad as well. KRIMZ with a lot of money. Diblia Bra. Yeah. Apparently it's a guide for a divorced man. It's gonna be okay. It's basically what it means in Swedish.
That has to be a prop, unless flusha is just, you know, he can't stand it. He's been with Pronax for, you know, 2 years, and it was just too hard to break up. Anders, it was too harsh.
Yeah. You know, if you are someone who recently got divorced, I would say playing Counter-Strike's probably good. You know, it's good. You've got more time for that now, so you gotta look on the bright side, right?
There's always a silver lining.
Yeah. So fourth round is coming up here, and the Fnatic squad, who are a map down, they do need to win this. Otherwise, they're gonna be playing SK in the consolidation match, as we've now finally established.
No, it's a consolation match.
Stop it.
Get it right, bro.
It's nonsense. flusha is looking for the shot at top banana. And it's got a bit of stack over at the A-bomb side here for NiP, but looks like Fnatic have somehow managed to circumnavigate that.
Yeah, they've got him pinned down at least. Dennis is going to be able to get out onto the site. He gets the info that allu is holding from Graveyard. Olofmeister there to pick up that kill. Olofmeister just going ham right now. Well, $1,200 basically. 2 kills in his pocket. And flusha with the long-range spray will eventually take down friberg. So a few too many SMG kills happening in this round, really. 2 players getting 2 kills each with Mac 10s. That's a bonus $1,200 for each of them on top of the win bonus. So Fnatic are going to be feeling pretty good. Now they have options. olofmeister could go for an AWP if he wants one. They can actually, or just have more money for AKs and nades. But it's actually JW who's going to go for the AWP. All right, JW, don't toy with me. Show me what you're capable of here. Why you were one of the most feared AWP players on this map.
Yeah, I mean, this is absolutely true. He's had some very, very impressive highlights. Especially, I think, on the CT side. I mean, there's something about him running through smokes, isn't there? KRIMZ pushing up, flusha with the opening frag there, and that means GetRight's now trapped in the corner. Smoke goes up, and they're trying to see if they can sort of pre-fire it through or maybe guess it. All he has is a an MP7. He does switch out for the FAMAS. Still not too impressive. Allu is shown up, though, and Xizt is going to be picking off Olof, so good trade right now. Might not be too bad, considering that flusha is on 21 health.
Now this comes down to allu and his feel as the rotator. He needs to be in the right place at the right time when this push comes in from Fnatic. We're just getting past the minute mark, so still no reason for Fnatic to get over-aggressive. They still have some time to play with. But they are deciding to go for a 2-2 approach here at NiP rather than having allu, hang around on Speedway or towards Arch. They are going to put him close into CT and leave Arch open. And you can already see allu actually making sure that a backstab can't come in, holding this angle here. And it might happen eventually because it looks like they want to go for that split. It's going to be right through Arch, through CT, and Dennis, he's just going to power on through, leads the charge along with JW. In the meantime, the rest of Fnatic are going straight up banana, and it's going to come down to allu and GetRight, and allu, he hears the steps coming, he knows this push is coming in, and JW pre-fires the angle. Fantastic work from the Swedish Opper.
And now GetRight's in a lot of trouble. JW just wrecking them, and the rest don't even have to show up. This is not worth fighting for, so stealing an AK instead. And trying to keep their distance as Fnatic are going to make it 4-1 and put NiP's economy very low indeed. Wow.
They're in danger now. This is the issue here, is that Fnatic, they could actually do to NiP what NiP did to them on Cash, which is always keep their money low on that CT side. And so that could really mess NiP up, especially when we're talking about Inferno. It's a map that you want to have that money advantage on if you're CT side, so you can afford to abuse these choke points with the incendiaries and the smokes. If you don't have them, it makes your life a lot more difficult, as we're seeing here. NiP, again, just going to be in this very awkward spot. Do they succeed in holding on? No. They drop one, and that was a weird, ooh, like, okay then. Well, okay then, Xizt. You want to take me to bed? I'll put you to sleep.
Oh, God. I can tell how this can get out of control. Let's not. Not yet, Samla. 6th round up, and NiP still trying for the top banana smoke here, with just a bit of a good start here for the Fnatic squad, and NiP's economy not looking too good yet. I'm trying to think what they could change. NiP, maybe try and put up some fight in apartments later on if they even if they push double in apartments. On the CT side, I kind of like to see that. Yeah,
I'm wondering if they, because of the pistol and how rocky it was up in apartments initially, I'm wondering if that kind of like made it a little bit more difficult for NiP to have the bravery to go for that kind of fight. Well, Fnatic have got control of top mid. They could go up quad as well. KRIMZ there to pick off allu. Forrest putting that AK to work, doing a little bit of damage, but he gets dropped down to 4 HP. So he decides to back off, change up his position. It's important for him to hold on to that AK. So once they figure out that the bomb is going to get planted on this A site, he's basically going to run the other way, I think. That's the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame. That boost is a really smart one. Looking over the smoke, and there were 4 targets there. Just imagine if it had been just a little bit further up, then maybe they could have actually made that work. But you are right, saving the AK and the armor makes a lot more sense than trying to fight here. Fnatic are taking a sweet time actually getting the bomb down, but they're making absolutely sure there's nobody else here. They don't want to walk into anything. And they even plant in the really sort of the most forward position coming from quad that is possible. Which is something they used to do so much. Well, in the Pronax's reign.
Smokes, yeah. I mean, that was back. That's like DreamHack Winter 2013 stuff, Anders.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Man, I mean, it has been a really long time since we've seen anything, I guess, like air quotes, new in that sense come out on Inferno. These teams were very good at, B site, A site, Fnatic in particular with, flusha, Pronax. Like, Pronax in particular, he'd just spend time finding these crazy smokes. Like right here where olofmeister's facing, they used to drop a smoke right at the entrance of the B site and plant in that smoke. They were the first to do that. Just like they were the first to throw a smoke to block off short or quad and plant in that smoke right on the edge of the bomb site, right on the edge of short. I mean, yeah, it is a little bit of a shame. I don't know what's up with that. If it's because there are so many official matches these days that they don't just sit down and try and find crazy stuff, or is it just that they know the map so well now? I mean, Inferno's been out for ages now, so I mean,
I think it's definitely down to the former point you were making. It is really hard. Did allu not see that? He must have seen the side of him there, and that's going to be KRIMZ going down in a little bit of a weird standoff. But no, I think that there's simply too many games for pros to be able to do it. It's very tough to find the time for it. And yeah, as a result, the innovation is going to be long and far between it.
Yeah, somewhat slowed down.
It's a bit of a shame, but I guess now, especially once Pro League rolls around sort of middle of December here, there's going to be a break for everybody, and that's when the teams obviously they will want a break too, but they shouldn't. They should practice.
Yeah, I think everybody, I mean, TSM in particular, I think, well, ex-TSM, TQM, they're all looking forward to that moment. Bit of a fluffed Molotov there, that's not going to help things. friberg has to get his down, and he will, just in time. And he manages to take one with him, so that's solid. And allu, what a shot onto flusha. Double scoped in. JW falls as well. allu doing big work. He's not able to take out Dennis, but still, he's done his part. 1v3 now, and Dennis doesn't have that bomb planted just yet either. He has to get that down, guarantee the money for Fnatic, and he's going to do just that. Doesn't even go for the... Oh, he does. He hears the steps from Get Right. That works. And he's still got 19 seconds to play with.
Yeah, so, I mean, he's looking for a potential ace. He fakes it one more time, and this time they just both go in there. And no problem at all. End up coming out on top. So, NiP with a bit of a scary round. If not for allu's triple, then that could have been really weird. What we also saw, because you're absolutely right, there was a fluffed Molotov, and I guess maybe we can try and do it for the analysts. But what's interesting is that once they fail the Molotov, the problem becomes they think it's down, so they don't even check that corner. So friberg's first kill is a free one almost, because no one's even looking at him, because they thought if he was going to be there, he'd be running out. So you actually kind of like mind game yourself by failing the Molotov, and that is dangerous.
It's all about that feel when you're going to pull that trigger. They're very good about getting this arch smoke up, though, Fnatic. It's constantly leaving allu in a little bit of a doubtful situation. He's not really sure what's happening on the other side of it. They do have a nice little position there by Xizt. One was that was used by FNX from Luminosity quite a bit just last week, much to Apex's frustration.
Yeah.
Just that split second that it takes to readjust your aim to pick him off could be enough for Xizt to, just stop a push cold or at least pick off the first man in. You can see that he's just waiting for somebody to just come around that corner. Refreshes the smoke as well to make it even more difficult for Fnatic to get the job done. And allu's already got the other side as well. So, shoulder peek attempt? No, just a nade.
And one's allu, just very patient here. And I think he's standing on the furniture in the back line. Just if they try and peek him, he's going to be at a slightly more difficult angle to connect with. So there's the slight height difference there, trying to get all the advantage that he can. Takes down KRIMZ, turns around, realizes Dennis is there. He's got backup as well coming in, and he's going to get the shot. No backup needed. Dennis going to go down and pit. Forrest is going to be trying to spray, but he actually doesn't get that kill. flusha will end up taking him out instead. Xizt now in a very dangerous position, and he does fall back now. 4 on 3 for the full retake here on NiP, and it should be possible.
They have the man advantage, and wow, man, allu fired up like this, making their lives easier. Get Right going to pick up one. olofmeister finally avenges his fallen mates, but it's not going to be good enough when there's just too many people running at him. effective trade there for Get Right. He gets into their face, and NiP will finally get their 3rd round on the board here. They need to save that AWP for allu, and they did do just that. So, well played there on NiP's part. Now, Anders, it's always the same question. Can now they start chaining rounds together? Can they actually get a little bit of bank going for themselves, or will Fnatic wreck them here by winning the next one? Because Fnatic have the money to rebuy. It's not a problem. Now it's going to be a question of whether NiP can actually start to get the nades and have those nades. And so, full buy for NiP, full buy for Fnatic. And this is the moment we're waiting for. This is the moment that could decide a lot of the momentum here throughout the rest of this half.
allu, good position then. KRIMZ goes down, but JW had already crossed, so he was so close to the corner and ends up dropping the Finnish player. So a really quick trade here, and again, Fnatic have taken a lot of damage, and that's going to be a big problem later on here. Forrest looking for the shot, taking down olofmeister, and now a lot of this push has been slowed down, and backup is coming in for NiP. Fnatic, they need more speed right now, but they're just not able to find it. Flusha going to go down as well, and Dennis, well, he's alone.
And Forrest picking up another kill on JW. So it's going to be down to Dennis now. He beats that angle, manages to trade, and only because Forrest puts up... And look at that. Forrest is like, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I was so...
Xizt does kind of look like he's scolding him as well. That's funny.
You know the best part for yesterday, though? Remember allu top mid Mirage, where he just, like, puts the trigger on friberg,
yeah,
and pulls the trigger, right? And I went to him afterwards. I'm like, allu, did you do that intentionally? Because from our side, it looked like you did that intentionally. He's like, yeah, you took my cue. Like, okay then, bro. Don't get on allu's bad side. You're gonna have a bad time, just like what's happening here. 2 opening kills here for NiP, thanks to the Finn.
Yeah, this is big. If NiP can come back and make this 10-5, if they can take the last 6 rounds here, that would actually be a pretty good finish here, all things considered. I mean, Fnatic have done a good job early on, but NiP seem to be slowly fired up here, and I'd be curious to see how the match is going to play out. 10-5 would be a sort of a reasonable score for both teams, I guess.
10-5 is workable, no doubt about it. And NiP, I mean, they should be in the position to do it now. They should be able to just lock out Fnatic in this round, and then they really are rolling. They'll have the money, and there we go. Xizt there to find Dennis, and it's down to KRIMZ and flusha, the last 2 alive here for Fnatic. And they're just stuck. They have no idea what's going on the rest of the map right now. They don't have any info at top mid. They don't have top banana. Get Right's ready and waiting, and he cleans out one. KRIMZ falls, and flusha with half HP. If he runs into this fight, Get Right should slaughter him. But Get Right being a good teammate. Sharing is caring, Anders, and this is the season for it, right? He decides to bait for friberg, and friberg gets a kill.
Yeah, sharing is caring. So
give a gift. That's the way to true happiness.
It's funny when it's funny how you don't have the same philosophy, Sam, when we were talking about chicken nuggets. You know, all goes out the window at that point in time, doesn't it?
You know that I mean, Anders, I really actually outdid myself this year because I let you win a name duel.
Oh, you're gonna go with that play? Oh, the problem is for Pro League, who do I have with me? Washed out players like Fiflaren. I mean, it's gonna get rough.
Apparently, he's playing the NAFBL as well, bro.
Damn well better.
And you know what everybody says? Like, is he top bragging? No, he's bottom bragging. Of course. It's like, oh.
Fiflaren, if you're listening, deathmatch, right? Stop listening and play deathmatch. Oh, friberg, they actually line up for him, and he's gonna get a triple get right, coming up with 2 as well. Wow, that was a good illustration of what might happen if you run through the smoke and you don't have the proper flashbangs to follow it up with there. So NiP, I mean, we're talking a good number of consecutive rounds here, and Fnatic not finding much luck at the moment. That's them taking the round lead here, 6-5.
Yeah, it's brave of Fnatic to try and go for that push as well, because that's exactly what friberg loves to do over on that side. He loves to sit right behind that smoke, just waiting, daring you to try and run through it at him. When the situation presents itself, he's gonna go ahead and pad his stats a little bit. Very nice control there. Fnatic, of course, that was a throwaway round. It was a pistol round. Now we actually have the rifles for them to go ahead and straight up rush onto the A site, and the speed catches NiP off guard. allu and Forrest both wiped out, and the extra man was over on the B side at the beginning of this. They will have friberg pushing down to the bottom of mid, and Xizt gets a key frag on JW in library. But, I mean, there's still a man down here in NiP. They've got a long way to go if they want to get back into this.
What a shot from friberg. I mean, this should not be a round that NiP are going to win, but right now it's looking good. friberg picking up a 2nd kill. Grenade going to land on him in a follow-up Molotov here. olofmeister in the pit is finally going to take him out, but it's a 2-on-2 now. And NiP, they don't have a lot of time. They gotta push quick. They've got the kits, but still, the bomb has been planted very quickly this time around. flusha getting a kill, and Get Right, he's gonna go down. So Fnatic will win the round. That was a bit scary for just a moment there. That shot from friberg early on was very impressive. But it will be Fnatic.
He actually checks it. Yeah, bam. And yeah, he's actually just pre-aiming that spot. So that was a thing of beauty. Very well done there by Fnatic. And that's actually very interesting to see Fnatic. They're like, okay, finally, right, we went for a rush in the eco round. That's kind of a throwaway situation, though. We don't really care about that. But to go for that turn of speed, to throw a rush in there with a full buy rifle round, that looked like it definitely caught NiP off guard. So you have to be able to change things up. Now Fnatic, again, once they go for the rush, they don't need to go for it again. They go for the map control instead, just spread it out, slow down the pace. And well, olofmeister just going to be a second too late there to find an opening kill on Xizt.
Right now, allu still with the AWP towards Archway here. A fairly standard setup for the NiP side. And Fnatic, I mean, once again, they do get apartments control very easily. Almost no contest coming out of NiP. So I kind of feel like that's why I said they might be giving it a bit too easy for Fnatic. But a good early kill here from allu, though.
He is so on point right now. And he's still going to be hungry for more, it looks like. He's got the backing there. I mean, he does have Get Right there to watch his back with the rifle. And now he's got the angle, walks in, easy kill onto olofmeister. Could get the follow-up as well. Nearly gets the timing right on Dennis, the menace. But he isn't much of one, especially now that Xizt manages to pull a fast one on him and pick him off. So it's coming down to flusha and KRIMZ, and well, KRIMZ now coming alive. He takes out allu. So man advantage here still for NiP. 30 seconds left for Fnatic to get this bomb plant. They can pick up the bomb, but they really do need to pick up at least one more kill here. And two players holding on the A side is not going to make that any easier for him either.
No, and I think the time is the really big problem. With 20 seconds, I'm not even sure it could possibly be. Right now, maybe flusha wins the fight early on here against Get Right and runs to B. That might have been a possibility, but it's not going to happen. Forest picking up a double kill, and now we're drawing towards the end of the half here. It's still a very open game. 9-6, I think, would be a better half for Fnatic than it was for NiP overall, but still very winnable for either team. 14 kills on allu.
Yeah, he's just come alive, just like Forest on Cash. About this time, Forest was sitting on like 15-5. So allu definitely putting up a good fight, and the victory bell has been rung, Anders. Okay, then I'm wondering who did that. If NiP did it, then that's a bit of a you know, getting a little bit ahead of themselves there. If Fnatic did it though, that's sending a signal to NiP. They're saying, yeah, we got 6 rounds on T side Inferno. That's already a good score. We're coming for you on that CT half.
Yeah, they've got to be feeling pretty good at the moment. But now they need, if they get one more round here, then I think NiP is going to be in real trouble. 6 is where they kind of had to put an end to it. Forest jumping on over to the canopy. They're all lined up in front of him. He's going to get the first kill, does a lot of damage. That's the second kill. Oh, actually, he got stolen by allu. And KRIMZ is going to get a double in return. Still not very good for Fnatic as they are in a bit of a man disadvantaged situation. Get Right spraying at the corner and almost taking down KRIMZ. Got the AK out still. Out of bullets, though. Getting a chance to reload here as friberg comes in. Get Right going to survive the round. And that will be into the 15th, the last of the half.
What a crazy round. KRIMZ, man, he's so... It's like he loses his teammates to picks, but then he always ends up... He seems to just get a double kill every round right now. So he's fighting desperately, trying to do something to bring Fnatic back into this. Vugo looks on in frustration. He just looks beaten down. Look at him, hunched over. Doesn't know what to do.
15-0 on 10. I think KRIMZ also the one carrying on Cash. That's the only one on Fnatic who was actually doing anything on Cash was KRIMZ. So maybe it's just his day today.
That happens. Well, allu again opens it up. KRIMZ there to take off friberg, but then Get Right with the refrag, and now allu, it's gonna be a bit scary for him here. Fnatic are fixing to come bursting around that corner, and if he's there with the AWP, he could get overwhelmed. Instead, it's gonna be Forest to hit the perfect timing to take out JW. That was carrying the bomb. Dennis recovers the bomb, but Fnatic have been whittled down to 2 players, olofmeister and Dennis the Menace, the last 2 alive.
All right, and I mean, just really a lot that you can do, I guess, spam with your Tech 9. Just celebrate the fact that the half is going to be over soon. You line up. Oh, what a way to end it as well. allu with the double shot, finishing at 18 kills. Nice.
I thought I heard him saying something. Damn it, I couldn't hear. Need more allu quotes.
I'm not sure what it would be.
I need more coffee.
Easy kills. Yeah, this is pretty nice, isn't it? It's not so easy.
He's got to play off those Swedish like stereotypes, right? You know, the fact that they drink a lot of coffee. They actually do drink a lot of coffee. That isn't even a lie. Like first thing I see when I walk in this morning is like allu just sitting there with a big mug, black coffee.
Yeah, I saw Natu tweeting earlier that he got a new coffee machine. And Natu's Twitter feed is actually already just a lot of coffee.
Yeah.
So I guess now it's going to be even worse, though.
See, for like Natu, it's like some people would buy Lambos. You know, some people would, you know, buy a nice house. He's just like, so I have this new Italian coffee machine. You know, like he's got his priorities straight, Anders. He knows what's up.
Yeah, it's important, isn't it? But he does have 3 kids as well, so I guess, you know, getting up in the morning and all that stuff.
They sound like they're energetic kids too, because every time I'm asking him to play CS, he's like, "I've got a monkey on my head. I'm out of commission. I can't play right now." I'm just like, "Okay then, bro. Just hang in there."
Wonderful. All right, well, we're going to go into the second half here, and we are in a 9-6 advantage for NiP. If they win the pistol round, there's a good chance they could close this out and win it 2-0. But if they don't, then my guess is Fnatic are going to come back here and probably push this to a third map. I think this pistol round is not going to be all deciding, but it'll have, I think, a really big weight here.
Well, again, allu, it's almost like this is a rule now. He has to get the first kill of the round. He opens things up. Forrest with that P2, well, USP rather, is going to find the headshot on Dennis. And the bomb quick plant now. So the clock is ticking. Fnatic still have their kit, but they're just losing men like flies at this point. Getting drawn into a zapper.
Yeah, this is a bit of a disaster here, but a nice double return from KRIMZ. Again, he's just really feeling it. See if they could do a bit more. Forrest in a really good position in the graveyard, and he's going to go down. KRIMZ has a 3rd headshot of the round for him. 2 more left and almost no timing. Get right. Going to be able to shut him out. So a really well-played round from NiP. I loved how they got the entry. I love how they left friberg behind on the slope in middle to catch the rotation coming through from Banana. And just generally really well played. KRIMZ sort of doing his best, but he needed more help from his team, I guess. So 10-6. And Fnatic responding with a Xizt 75 triple buy. Some good, you know, bit of a throwback here almost.
Yeah, right. Hey, there's just 2 constants right now. It's that allu will get the first kill, and KRIMZ will get a double afterwards. And look at this. allu, he's not even letting up. He's going straight into Arch, spots out flusha. Now he's just daring him to take that peek. Dennis actually breaks the rule, and this is falling apart now. NiP getting a little bit too ahead of themselves. Fnatic getting them to overstep, and a good punish comes out. They got 2 kills. KRIMZ could even find one as well. He spots out friberg, who's jumping on the cart, but friberg will take him out with that Mac 10. And NiP just 1 step closer to bringing it back under control here in this round.
And that's what NiP need right now. They definitely don't need to lose another round like this, because they did it in the first half. They won the pistol and then gave it up to Fnatic in the second round. If that happens again, you've got to imagine that they will be pretty frustrated at themselves, and that's not what they need on their minds, I guess. Get right has the bomb, but, you know, he's been sort of in the back lines. He's now running towards the plant zone, and friberg picking up 1 more kill for his triple. JW almost getting that bottle right in his face.
Yeah, talk about frustrating. Oh, friberg with the quad. And now JW knows where he's playing from. JW on the hunt, looking to end this streak. friberg still holding. He could just go jumping in if he wanted to, but decides to play it safe. Looks like he wants to try and find a way out instead. Still calmly waiting for that bomb to tick down. And friberg, he's still here. I'm waiting for the ace. Is it possible? He's going to be going for that peek. JW right on the edge. And JW ends the streak, but just barely. Look at that. friberg came so close. JW was down to 3 HP after that fight.
There's no justice in the universe, Summer, is there?
No. I mean, an ace for friberg against Fnatic wouldn't be too shabby, considering he's been up and down in his personal performance over the past few months. That's for sure.
Yeah, I still think a big part of the reason why friberg is every once in a while struggling, it has to do with Fiflaren not being there. I mean, NiP have never really, it seems, been able to sort of find someone to fully play that role. And actually, he's going to go down here. Well, it's allu dropping, and Forrest getting a bit of a refrag. Nice shot there as well, the Xizt, and Dennis coming through. So a bit of a trade in the middle, but should still be NiP with the advantage.
Yeah, Dennis with the Mac 10 now, but it's not going to be useful when he's over on the A site and the push comes in onto the B site. Good hold here, and flusha right through the smoke nearly takes out friberg. Xizt will remove KRIMZ, though, and it's down to Dennis now with that Mac 10. Let's see if he can get lucky. If he runs into friberg, yeah, he gets an easy kill. Extra $600, and he nearly takes out Get Right as well. Gets the headshot at least. So a little bit of bonus money for Nico. That's not too bad for him as far as he's concerned. Now we're about to get into the nitty-gritty here. We're about to get into the interesting bit. The meat and potatoes, as Henry would say. And NiP are firing on all cylinders. And what else can I say that Henry always says? You got anything, Anders?
I can think of a lot of things that Henry usually says, but none of that I can say on stream. So I'll just leave it at that. Basically, you guys can sort of guess freely if you really need something. Olofmeister there, going to be spraying down and catching allu through the smoke. What a frustrating way to start. You don't even get a chance to really do anything. And Xizt is going to follow the same way. Okay, then.
I cursed him.
Yeah, apparently.
Curse in full effect. I said that allu gets the kill, not that he is the kill. So that's a little frustrating.
Why you do this, Semler?
Well, I like to watch the world burn, Anders. All the NiP fans out there crying out as one. And, well, Fnatic doing a fantastic job as far as this first rifle round goes for them. They managed to pick up 2 kills to start. And Forrest, he will inch a squinch his way around that corner just to die to JW. But now JW, well, the mind games are going to begin between those two. If Forrest is going to be pushing quad like that, he has to worry now about JW playing that position. So it adds another weapon as far as like the mental game is concerned for JW to use against Forrest. Could cost Forrest that split second. Nice headshot there from JW, and it's going to be down to get right. 1 spray, 2, and he's just the spray master. Keeps at it. He's down to 14 HP, though. A single bullet will do it, and he's going to go ahead and challenge him mid, but KRIMZ is there to shut him down. And Fnatic, there we go. That's what we expect of this kind of team. To just lock down that site once they have the rifles, get the job done, and while put NiP at least a little bit under pressure here.
You know, while you were doing that round, Semler, I was doing important research as we did get a tweet in from someone, actually. It turns out Finland is actually the #1 coffee-drinking nation in the world.
That's right, so I wasn't imagining it. I thought I'd read that, but I didn't want to commit.
Yeah, thank you, Skeleton, for helping us out with that.
Good looking out, bro.
Yeah, I feel like that adds some value to the match, actually. Definitely important. 20th round coming up, but I mean, from the way that allu's been playing so far, it does seem like he's got his, his boost in chemical form. Caffeine, of course.
Caffeine, yes.
Nothing else. 20th round here, and I mean, there's only a 5-round difference. In other words, it's perfectly possible for Fnatic to come back and close this game out. That can definitely happen on Inferno, and especially if you're a Fnatic team. There are a couple of teams like that in the world that are very good at doing it, and Fnatic is one of them. So we'll see. Right now, they're just playing a very passive setup here, and NiP, that means they can get mid control. That means they can set up for some pretty big fakes, and I'd love to try and see them do something like that right now. So if they realize they got the mid control, that would be interesting. Friberg goes down, though, which means now the faking element is kind of out of the question, because now KRIMZ would know if there was a fake going on.
Exactly, and you're seeing that now as olofmeister is going to start rotating over towards that A site. Get closer, yeah, coming in through CT. Soon there's going to be 4 players here, so if NiP don't start to move fast, it's going to get real rough for them. Forrest takes a little bit of fire damage and drops the bomb alone on quad. Nobody there to back him. Get right. Gets ripped apart by JW. Xizt will catch out one, and JW falls as well, but now it is just going to be on Xizt. The in-game leader takes one more, but with 9 seconds left on that clock, the bomb all the way on short, he needed to get the kills, and it just wasn't going to be possible this time. So Fnatic, they managed to hold out a very important round for them again, considering they needed to get that chain going to be able to actually start saving some money. It's not ideal because they still lost 3, so they're going to be spending a bit more than they would like this round, as we can see, just tapping out. Still not full nades on flusha, for example, or JW. But this is the farm round. They needed to survive. NiP are on eco. And now Fnatic should be able to control the pace a little bit better.
12 and 8. Single flashbang on Xizt, and he's really far back on the slope. So it might be that they're going to try and get close to second mid and have Xizt sort of pop flash them in and just try and see where it goes from there. That wouldn't be such a bad idea. Xizt still picking it up, and yeah, you can see they're setting up for it now. So basic setup here, very easy to execute. JW can't see a thing. He's hiding in the corner. Oh, what a return on investment here. flusha going for the kills, and he's going to go down as well after a single one. Dennis with the triple, but still 2 good kills coming in from NiP. Picking up a rifle as Forrest, see if they could do a bit more damage. Oh. If he could have been hiding in the smoke, that would have been impressive.
I thought he actually was going to get in there. Well, that's a little frustrating, especially when the bomb is dropped on short. So even if Forrest, he gets a gun, maybe gets something going, he's not really going to get much out of that situation because he's never really going to be able to get over to that bomb and get that plant going. So Still, this is still a winnable situation here for NiP. They're very light on nades, but they have all the firepower necessary. Only problem is now you can see, once you have that money going on the CT side, full incendiaries, full smokes, full flashes, and full HEs across the board for Fnatic. This is a terrorist side's nightmare. When a CT side on Inferno has the money to just buy what they want, be fully equipped like this, now it makes NiP's job so much more difficult to actually get into these sites because they have to worry about Molotovs going down, the smokes, the flashes. It's really tough, especially if they decide to go for an execute kind of play. Those incendiaries, they're just designed to wreck timings. One incendiary could stop a push up short, and it all just falls apart for NiP.
Again, apart from top banana, Fnatic don't have a lot of information. They're playing a little bit more aggressively on Archway this time around as well, with flusha sort of peeking in here a little bit, but we're not seeing sort of hyper aggression coming out like this. There's nobody in apartments. There's nobody at bottom banana. So Fnatic are, you know, they're playing it pretty tight at the moment. Don't want to give anything away to NiP. At the same rate, a lot of the rounds they lost on cash was due to NiP playing very slowly and Fnatic sort of actually sort of trying to be aggressive, right? Pushing B, for instance, and getting caught. So maybe they just don't want to repeat the same mistakes they did on cash and they're trying to be a little bit more laid back here.
Well, not too shabby there from Forrest actually managing to get out, but I think that Fnatic once again are figuring out that with 20 seconds left and they haven't seen anything in Banana, they were holding top Banana as well, so Fnatic had a little bit more information to go off of. This is going to be an EA play. Dennis, flusha, and well, yeah, it's just a complete and utter slaughter right into the blender like a bunch of kittens. Wow. NiP just gets shredded, and yeah, Fnatic are starting to get that momentum going their way, and that's when it gets really scary here. NiP, they have to do something big right here. They have to do something, I mean, it's almost like Tech9 quasi-buy time and just go charging up Banana. See if you can't catch out the olofmeister, the deadly combo, right, of KRIMZ and Olaf. But see if you can't get the punish in on them. Just get that plant going. And no, second mid to mid, maybe.
Never am I going for smoothies at your place ever again, Sam. Never. 23rd round is coming up here, and it's only now a 2-round lead from what was a 6-round lead just a short while ago. It was 12-6. And now Fnatic have managed to bring it back here. JW will go down early, though, and they do have armor. And Tech9 as well on Inferno. That could get dangerous. Look how fast they're running as well, trying to get close. And they're going to shut down flusha. What a break opening here. KRIMZ in library. Dennis going to go down in the pit, or actually in the bomb side. And nobody's dying yet. What is this round?
There we go. Quick's the word, sharp's the action, and they get the job done. They actually managed to get in and get that site so fast, and it's exactly what Fnatic did to them as well. That turn of speed, that straight-up rush, just get in there. After all these slow rounds that haven't been working for NiP, they finally figured out that it's time to just completely turn the game on its head, go for something drastic, and get in Fnatic's face. And this is going to be excellent for their economy as well. 4 rifles. They should be able to find a 5th one here for allu somewhere. Like, poor guy shouldn't get left out. I mean, he might go and buy the op, of course, but... Let's see. Well, 1 rifle down. allu can go and pick that up later if he wants. But, yeah, that's fantastic for NiP, because now they actually save money on rifles as well. It's going to really give them some room to breathe here.
Yeah, and some of the rounds earlier for Fnatic, even though they won them, they did actually lose a couple of people. So I think they'll obviously have the economy to buy here, but they've still got to be careful. You can actually see it does empty their bank quite a bit, more than I thought, actually. And significantly, 1 Molotov here. Wow, I'm
surprised. Why would they go for a force in this situation then? If they are so, I mean, this is just like the power play, but they're risking the 2-0 here, Fnatic. Oh, that's when olofmeister's heart drops. I mean, JW has the op now, but he's still capable of great things, sure, but
Yeah, but this is not a comfortable position to be in if you're on Fnatic right now. This is risking the 2-0. If NiP get this round, then they'll probably get the next one for free, and then Fnatic will need to win 5 in a row to prevent their win and just play overtime.
I mean, this is CS:GO, yes. Pistols are pretty good up close, yes. But again, limited on nades. It's going to come down to dirty work like that. JW starts it off strong. Finds Get Right lurking up in apartments. Forrest, he does get the info. Spots the man out on the corner, but a quick rotation from Fnatic, and they've got the firepower here. At least managing to trade 1 for 1. Through the smoke, though, Xizt is going to take out KRIMZ, and it's down to JW now. Point blank, hits the first shot. He's playing from the corner, not going to get the follow-up, and allu strikes him down. 2-on-1. It's not done yet. Flusha used to be the king of clutch for Fnatic. Let's see if he can do it again. But allu is not interested. 14-10.
Wow, I mean, that flick from JW, though, that was a very, very dirty shot. And it wasn't good enough. And, well, a lot of weight and a big risk put into this round for the Fnatic team. Remember, if you lose here, you're not going to be out. You're going to be playing SK, though, in the consolidation match. And
they're no joke. They just took out TQM.
Apparently not. Yeah, very strange tournament, this one so far.
Interesting. Is flusha trying to make them think that he messed up his smoke?
Could have been.
Or maybe he's just trying to play a little bit of a soft angle, try to bait somebody in from NiP, but to intentionally place the smoke there, either that's a mistake or it's some kind of mind game going on from flusha. I wouldn't be surprised if it was from him, but yeah, that's interesting. But NiP, pay it no mind, pay it no heed. They get control of top banana now instead, which is something they haven't done in quite some time. So they're trying to make this very difficult for Fnatic to read now. Now Fnatic have to worry about the B site getting hit when a lot of the focus has been put on the A site for NiP so far.
And the problem on the Fnatic side of things is that normally it'd be great to have smokes here, but once NiP come through, I mean, they're only going to have a couple of pistols. That C said, if all of NiP push and keep pushing, if they commit to the push and don't slow down, I don't see these pistols being quite enough. It's going to be really tough at any rate.
Don't you dare, NiP. I mean, 30 seconds left. They have to go.
Olofmeister gets one, picks up the AK, but he's going to get shot down. KRIMZ with a good shot, and he gets traded as well. Now flusha sneaking around. The smoke is going to dissipate right in front of him, and a great shot there on friberg. 19 seconds here as NiP are going to get the bomb planted in. They've got allu and f0rest left here, and f0rest now alone in a 1-on-2, hiding behind the fountain as well, and he gets down by JW. Great around here, and Fnatic with the team ace, and they barely make it out of the round, but they do actually prevent NiP from getting on to match point.
Jeez. I mean, you would think that friberg and GetRight would be saying to themselves, well, we kind of wreck them when they push through smoke. What's going to happen if we try and push through smoke at the last second? I mean, yes, sometimes you just have to make that call, but it's so scary. Up close, Xizt 75, olofmeister, he still manages to trade 1-for-1. Even with the 5-7, it's good enough. That is just, I mean, I guess they had to go for it. It was a fresh smoke at like the 40-second mark, so it was going to be cutting it real close if they decided to wait for it to clear. But, well, NiP give Fnatic a second chance. And Fnatic, they actually get a pretty good buy out of this. Good nades, AWP for flusha to play with. And, well, no aggression from anyone. Just the smoke at top banana here, Fnatic. So they really want to try and make NiP sweat. They don't want to give up top banana for free just yet. But they are planning to play a little bit safer, it seems. olofmeister kind of hanging around, but, yeah, now Fnatic, they made NiP guess. They made NiP wonder a little bit what's actually happening over here.
And flusha covering middle there. Going to be a good shot on allu, who was trying to crouch into that angle. And, I mean, it is a bit dangerous to try and do that. He didn't have the proper flash or anything to try and help him out either. 50 seconds left now. We'll see if it's going to be Fnatic bringing it back. They can still win this map. They can still bring it back to 16-14.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's happened in the past. These kinds of comebacks. These are great teams that are capable of anything. So
right now, NiP, they could definitely go for a B push, but they only have one smoke or Molotov, and two. Are they really going to try and wrap around? Are they going to leave f0rest here? And he's going to go down to flusha. I think the idea was the rest are going to push the B bomb site. This is one of those rounds where NiP have left themselves so little time. It's a bit mad, really, and they line up for KRIMZ. Triple spray down. What a wonderful sequence. And I don't know what NiP were doing in this round. That seemed like they wasted too much time sort of fluffing about.
This is where Xizt critics are going to come out of the woodwork, right? Because they got bopped on the nose.
Xizt critics?
Right?
Is that like a whole profession?
Some people may, being analysts, make a living off of that. But the way that it works now is just like NiP. They don't seem to have an answer. I mean, they've always been a team that really needs to get that entry. That really needs to get that first frag to feel the confidence, and then they start bullying their opponents. But whenever they're down a man, as flusha did last round, right? flusha gets the pick on mid, and then he gets the pick at arch, and it's just NiP at that point never really seemed to know what to do. We're getting that example now, although this kind of just YOLO rush is actually going to work out in the end. Can they get the bomb plant though? friberg just needs to put it down, but if they actually win another pistol for us, this is going to be ridiculous.
It already is ridiculous. What is Fnatic doing? They end up fighting one at a time. They get caught out in places where there is no cover at all. olofmeister pushing close here, trying to hunt one down, and friberg will be dropped here. 2 A-Clays in play for NiP, and Fnatic still have the equipment. They still have the health advantage. They should be winning this round, but they are waiting a lot of right now. Olof going to go down here. Forrest in the corner, can't get the kill. He drops, and the round is going to go to Fnatic here, but what a scare as well. I mean, almost dropping this round.
Yeah, that was scary. Way too close. Way too close. With 4 players alive, they'd taken quite a bit of damage, though, so it was a bit of a tall order there for NiP, but they succeed getting the bomb plant down, so they're going to have a good buy going into this round here, but they're starting to feel it. We've got the, you know, I mean, none of them looking too confident right now. Get Right in particular, when he had such a strong first half, we need to see Get Right, you know, just come alive here. Show us a bit of the old magic.
Grenade down the middle, not really going to do too much. And Fnatic, I mean, you can tell a sort of a stylistic difference between the 2 Swedish teams, as Fnatic are way more interested in getting apartments controlled than NiP ever was. So that does make a difference, and it should leave Fnatic in more of a position to punish NiP if they try and go for some mid-control here, unless NiP want to take the time to clear apartments, which means they'll have less time for other things. So we'll see how that plays out here. Forrest really close by. Get Right making a lot of noise as well, but they're both going to lose those fights, and big win for Fnatic.
And they were waiting for JW to make the mistake. They were waiting for Fnatic. I mean, it used to be that JW would peek in apartments all the time. He'd always be around here. But that calm that was shown there by Dennis and JW, just calmly, patiently holding their angles, waiting for NiP to be the ones to crack under the pressure. That was very nicely done there by Fnatic on the defense. And once again, NiP down 2 men. They have the utility. They have 3 smokes, 2 Molotovs. I mean, they can do things with this. But Fnatic are just going to be falling back to that site, playing as passively as possible. 30 seconds left here for NiP to go towards the B site once again. And, well, I mean, you have incendiaries. You have another incendiary here from Olof. I mean, this is a nightmare for NiP. They're going to have to run through the fire and flames just to get the job done.
Yeah, and a third man is even rotating into the bomb site here, so you're absolutely right. This is not a good thing. Olof does sort of sacrifice himself to friberg, which is not so cool. Flusha, though, good pick off there. Bomb going to go down to the front of the site here. Another sort of throwback to some very old Fnatic-style strategy. allu going to be alone, though, in a 1-on-4, and I mean, bomb plan, I think, is all that NiP can get out of this round, so still, you know, a good way to save the round, and because they're only on a sort of, this is going to be the 4th round in a row they lose, the extra bonus from planting the bomb is going to help them out to buy a bit more, because, you know,
this is
still
where
not at the finish line.
A couple of them were still floating around like 3,500, 38, I think. I saw somebody at 39. That's the kind of point where actually I want to see them go for like Tech 9 Kevlar and full nades instead of trying to force it with just, you know, an AK Kevlar and then, oh, lovely. Sniss. Swedes. I mean, Xizt is going to go for the AK because it's just like YOLO. But Xizt, Tech 9 nades, more utility. They still they have 2 guys going for full nades, though, so I mean, still just a little bit for NiP to work with. At least now they actually managed to force olofmeister off the top banana early.
That's one of those things where I wonder, you know, again, I do love, you know, taking some stabs at or flusha and everyone or something. You wonder if flusha was something, if he wouldn't be the guy to actually do that, to go for the Tech 9 armor instead and grenades. Because someone kind of has to, you know, to take one for the team, as it were, and
sometimes
and go that way.
This is different, though, because NiP now, they're forcing the B players to use their nades a lot earlier. 1 smoke's been used, incendiary as well. olofmeister still has held on to his incendiary, but that's a fresh smoke going down. With 50 seconds left, like for the past several rounds, Fnatic have been able to hold on to their smokes until like 30 seconds left in the round. So now, smoke is going to clear. olofmeister already priming that incendiary to go out. There it is, but this is feasible for NiP. It's a totally different situation.
Oh, good push through. KRIMZ with a double, but Olof is now down, and there's still 35 seconds here. Trying to see if they can make it on. They need another entry here, NiP and KRIMZ. He's just not going to give it to them. That's a triple kill now. He's got still 14 bullets left hiding in the corner. Backup is coming in. Flashes are out as well. NiP, this round is being dissolved right in front of them. KRIMZ with an ace, in fact. He gets the last in the sequence. Just rushes out to pick it up. What a nice hold here at the B-bomb site. And I mean, that did used to be the reason why people would actually sort of entirely avoid the B-bomb site, would be the KRIMZ and olofmeister combination over there.
Yeah, it's one of the best, if not the best, combos in the world on Inferno B site. Just what they do is incredible. They're so good at the team play, the timing with the flashes, and then KRIMZ is just, he's just this rock that you can rely on to always get a frag. Olaf this time nearly gets caught out, though. Allu real quick up there with the Tech 9. Two of the players on NiP going for the Tech 9s just to get the nades. Forest, Xizt, and friberg going for those rifles. Forest, at least, he's lurking around, hoping to be able to catch somebody out. Flusha now, well, they know that he has the AWP. But Fnatic, they know that they can just let NiP hang themselves at this point. They're holding so far back. Sure, they've given up top banana, but they've been doing a very good job of holding off that B push so far. So I don't think that Fnatic should be feeling too stressed about that.
Right now, it could be either overtime or it could be Fnatic putting us on the third map here, which would be very interesting. I'd be actually, obviously, really hope that's going to happen because first map was very impressive for NiP. The second map, it could have definitely been NiP winning it, but Fnatic are sort of starting to really wake up here. Flusha getting a good kill on Get Right as they try and cross through. I think they want to split the B bomb site, see if they can make their way through CT spawn, and Flusha knows it. He's already seen them. They know exactly what's going on right now. Fnatic, they've got a great read on olofmeister, trying to cover construction as well. Dennis will be going down, though.
And Dennis caught out 4-on-4, but Olaf, he's got the angle in construction, takes the fight and loses it. Forest is there. KRIMZ, though, holds down one, and he nearly takes another. But it is going to be a lot of damage dealt to Allu and Forest. And, well, Flusha manages to pick off Allu, so we're into a 2-on-2. And Forest, he's already down to double digits here, down to 16.
Here's the thing, though. JW, when this fight started, was miles away. So look how long he's had to run just to get here. And again, we can actually do the timing at some point, but it does take like 17 seconds, to run from pit to the B bomb site. So with the bomb already down, that means you have to just run straight up, and that's what JW's done. He gets the first kill in. Forest is now alone. He sprays. He goes down. JW showing up, and it's going to be just in time as well here. Fnatic putting us on a third map with a 16-14 victory on Inferno.
What a comeback in the end.
Wow. Cobblestone.